Good morning, welcome to the Tongue of the Trees Recipe Hub. This is black pepper and this is my absolute saviour blend for chilblains. I'm sure you've probably heard this story before because it's one that I always tell about years and years of having poisoned toes. So I have one toe in particular that suffers every year with chilblains. If you haven't heard it, I used to be a ballerina. Not can't tell by looking at me, can you now? But actually do have rather a nice frame as I speak to you today. But years and years of being on points, and yeah, I'm sure that there's lots of videos on Netflix now that give you insights into what a ballerina's foot looks like. Mine look like that perpetually, all broken skin, blisters that have gone the end of the blocks. I don't know if they're so bad now, but they used to be made of very rigid cardboard. So you'd have this beautiful silk shoe and then your foot would be in it, but all perpetually be rubbed on the edge of the point. So mine were always bad there. I think I probably got wide feet because mine tended to get worse than everybody else's. But yeah, so one year we went to buy the school shoes, which was always a big battle in our house because my sister is dreadful for buying shoes. She's got really narrow feet and she'd have a tantrum and it was all very stressful. So we saw this one pair of shoes and I did what every sane child goes, you go, I'll just have those. I just wasn't going to get involved in the whole thing. So these were nice shoes. They were blue suede shoes, but I went to school the one day and all of the blue dye went through the shoe into my blisters and poisoned my foot. There wasn't much ballet for that season. I think I had to have about 6 to 8 weeks off because of this wretched foot. And once it healed, I had chilblains in it ever since more. So it must have really wrecked the vein or the artery or whatever it is that you get to check the chilblain in. And 30 years later, it still happens every year. So this is a great cream. So I simply use a Aqueous cream, fill your pot. So really I just use a tablespoon, make a blend, and then that's your pot for the next couple of weeks. I don't like to make too big batches because it just gets wasteful, doesn't it? If you're like me, you go, I need that for 2 days and then forget about it and never use it again. So 1 tablespoon of Aqueous, 3 drops of black pepper to really get the circulation going and to warm it. You know, chilblains, the warmth is really helpful. 5 drops of lavender, gentle painkiller, and then the biggest of the painkillers, in my opinion, 3 drops of Yarrow. That is a big gun. So soothing, so calming. Well, if you think about its background, what's its Latin name? Aqueous millefolium. Millefolium, 1,000 leaves, that beautiful, soft, feathery leaf that you find growing everywhere, don't you? And Aqueous is to do with, copies Achilles. What was Achilles' heel? That was his sensitive thing that would never quite heal. That's why we have Yarrow. So 1 drop of tablespoon, no, 1 tablespoon of Aqueous cream, 3 drops of black pepper, 5 drops of lavender, 3 drops of Yarrow. And just the psychological aspects, orientation, support, reconciliation. Don't think that helps so much. All physical. Contraindications then. Don't use in the first 16 weeks of pregnancy. Watch your old oils for black pepper. And I would use it, difficult because you've got your socks on, but I try and do it the week that it starts to hurt in 7 days, 7 times a day over a week. But that's kind of just every time you come in, take your sock off, put a bit more on. If you are lucky enough to have to wear tights. I definitely had to, when I was in recruitment, used to have to wear tights every day. Thank you, Thrush. But the moisturiser base is so thin, it will go through your tights. So you just be able to put it on, put your shoe back on. But there we go. Chilblains, ladies and gentlemen. Little pot, sorted out.